Alright, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Goonie Eagle Eye coming to again with a brand new review. And yet again, I'm reviewing an Arsenal loss. Not just an Arsenal loss, just a pathetic, feeble performance against Bournemouth, where we lost 2-1 away. Joining me today, I've got Lee Gunner. Say hello to the people.
Good afternoon. Yeah, you just said it really. Feeble. I'm now sitting here watching a proper team, Man City. Yeah, we're watching proper football while we're doing this. And, you know, I would say that it wasn't expected, but I'm sure we'll get into that in a minute anyway. So yeah.
Oh, yes. And also today, I'm joined by a bit of a crowd favourite of late, and that's Kenny Kem. Say hello to the people, Kenny Kem.
You know what? I'm just livid, mate. I'm just livid because what's happened is that I just don't be positive. You try to concentrate on a match, but I can't. I'm not putting out with that lack of quality and lack of basically lack of field. People walking, you know, midfield getting clogged up because we're taking too many touches because no one's bloody moving. Defensive errors. Petr Cech should not have come for that first goal. You know what I mean? He was steady, he was doing all right, and then he makes that stupid mistake of getting back in. I'm not putting up a game with Jack and just not doing the basics. I don't care if he wasn't a defensive midfielder. He's in space, you bloody follow him. There is no way Jordan Ibe should have got a clear shot on goal. I'm not having it no more. And like I said, I'm not having that performance.
I agree with
bigged you up. You're worth your word of God. I'm not having that. I know you're going through a bad patch and everything. I know you feel that you know the whole world's against you. But come on, mate, snap out of it. Not good enough, mate. Don't hide like that. I'm not having it. Now, I'm fuming.
I think
it's awful.
Epitome of today was probably that first goal where 4 players got attracted to one. Like, what were we doing defensively, Kenny Kem, today? What was our tactic?
That's what I do not understand, right? How you basically outnumber the opposition attackers, and yet that person still gets in front of your defence. I just doesn't understand that. If Petr Cech is coming for that ball, take everyone out. But what I don't understand is why he felt he had to do it. There were times in the first half when the crosses were going in and he was always getting it. But the bottom line is that sometimes you just have to let your defenders deal with that situation. The minute you let your defenders don't deal with the situation, and what they're going to do is they're going to stop our defenders. They're not proper defenders. To be a defender, you've got to be pessimistic. You have to anticipate trouble. Even if your goalkeeper goes up to you and says, my ball, you still try and kick it out of his hands because you don't trust him.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because you're a defender. You're brought up to be pessimistic.
Yeah.
So Petr Cech, knowing that, should never come for that ball because the minute he does that, he knows Holding, Mustafi and Chambers are going to stand there and Callum, and then all Wilson's got to do is gamble. It's simple. It is bloody simple football. But again, what was that cross doing in the first place? Bournemouth basically hit the ball long. Fraser's kick. The cross comes in. No one is stopping the cross. No one is stopping the cross.
There were 4 people on him. 4. It's not like it was just a one-on-one situation and, oh, unlucky kid, you got beaten. How did nobody out of that 4 people thought, I know, let me one go into him hard, another one track him. If 4 people really needed to be on him. That's if 4 people really needed to be on him.
But again,
none of you could try and stop that cross coming in.
Yeah, but that is Arsenal football for you, Chris. That is how we play. The bottom line is, right, is that as soon as Arsene Wenger lost his managers in the field, then what will happen now is that you've got younger players who've basically used to being told to do on a football pitch. They're used to analysing the opposition's strengths and weaknesses. They need to be told track the runner. They don't just pick it up because it's not in their DNA. And I'm afraid Arsene Wenger is picking players who basically are rudderless and leadless. saying that, Bournemouth have no quality whatsoever. They will dare for the taking. They will begging to be beaten. They accepted their fate. We were basically bases. They were not picking up our runners, but no creativity. And even in the second half, the same thing. The minute, but everyone knows in football, 1-0 was a dangerous result. Everyone knows it. Doesn't matter if you're whoever you're playing, Man United, Arsenal, anything. If you go, all the opposition needs is a stroke of luck, a goal against the run of play, and boom, their confidence is up and they're barely 5 yards faster. And that's what Bournemouth were. Simple.
To me on WhatsApp, in the sense of Bournemouth's form, and that it's just typical Arsenal. If there is a team in the league and their form is poor, and you want some confidence, come and play Arsenal. Guaranteed will give you that confidence. Today's overall performance.
Oh, mate. Well, I said it in my preview, right? I think they've won 2 out of the last 14 in all competitions, right? And I was listening to the commentary of the game. I thought we were lucky to go ahead. Yeah, because I don't really feel like we deserve to be winning. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, fair play to Bellerin. Yeah, he scuffed it. The keeper had a mare. Yeah, but fair play. He was up high up the pitch, and he actually had a shot. Whether he meant to or not, I don't know. But I don't feel like we deserve to be winning. And I would have took a 1-0 because I'm an Arsenal fan. I want us to win. Yeah, that's the whole idea of supporting your team is you want to see them win. But it was just weird, right? Because Jamie Redknapp was talking about I can't see how they're going to come back into the game. They need to make a tactical switch. Blah blah blah. And lo and behold, 30 seconds later, they fucking equalised. Yeah, and it was nothing more than we deserved. Yeah, and like you boys just said, the first goal was just comical, mate. It was like walking down my local park on a Sunday morning and just watching a load of little kids chasing the big kid. yeah. There was 4 of them. There was 4 of them round him. Yeah, and then I'm thinking, okay, well, it's a good cross. It was a great cross. Yeah, but then you've got Callum Chambers, who's like, well, do I come? Like, do I stand still? Do I go to... I don't think he wanted to clatter Czech. Czech must have called to come out, right? And it looked like he just sort of stopped, yeah? But when you call to come out and claim the ball, if you don't claim the ball, you wipe everyone out. Yeah, and worst way to get a penalty, although they would have equalised, he don't save them anyway. But, so then be 1-1, I'm sitting there, and I swear to God this is true, right? My missus was sat next to me. As soon as they equalised, I said, we'll lose now. Yeah? And we did. And again, shocking defending, mate. Yeah. People say that we're great to watch, right? Well, when was the last time we were great to watch? Because I can't remember, mate. Maybe Man United 3-0 at the Emirates. Maybe the Chelsea 3-0. We're picking out single games over a course of 100 games.
That's what I said. I said on Twitter.
We're not consistently good.
We're box office shit. Off the pitch. We're box office off the pitch, but not so much on the damn pitch.
No,
the game was boring as
exactly, mate. I've got to admit, right? I was bored out my box watching that, right? And when we scored, I was actually shocked. I was like, oh, fucking hell, it's gone in. Yeah, we've actually scored. But did anyone realistically think we would see that out? Yeah, and as soon as they got that equaliser, it's a small, tight ground close to the pitch. Their fans get up for it. All of a sudden, they're 5 yards quicker, like Kenny said. Yeah, the fans are cheering for everything, booing for everything, calling for every foul. Yeah, all of a sudden, they're getting the free kicks, whereas in the first half, they weren't. Yeah, and then before you know it, we ain't got a leader on the pitch. I thought Jack Wilshere was probably our best player again. Lacazette, I know Kenny touched on that at the beginning. Lacazette's whole attitude today just looked like he didn't want to be there. Yeah, and I love the geezer, man. He is a top goal scorer, yeah? He is a banger, right? But he's been sold a dream, the same as all of us lot. Yeah, he's been sold a dream. Come and play with Ozil. Come and play with Sanchez. Come and play. We're moving forward. We're going to be this great club again, yeah? right? And within 5 months, he probably wants out. He's been subbed nearly every game, sat on the bench at Anfield, sat on the bench at City. Yeah, we see it the other week. I think it was Newcastle. I think it was. He threw his gloves on the floor as he come off, and people are going, "Oh, it's a petulant child." Nah, the guy wants to play football. Yes, he's having a bad run. Yes, he's not scoring goals. His movement in the first half, I thought, was fantastic, but Iwobi kept holding on to the ball too long. Same with Danny Welbeck. Maitland-Niles, the shot Maitland-Niles had, I thought he should have crossed it to the back stick. Lacazette was wide open.
Me too.
You know, so it must be really frustrating for him, knowing that he was going to play with Griezmann, yeah, and it was all done and dusted, playing for a proper manager, yeah, in a nice warm climate. He can stroll down the beach of an afternoon, do you know what I mean? Yeah, and he's come to this fucking banter football club with a dinosaur manager, yeah, an assistant manager who just nods and goes, "Yes, Arsene, would you like me to bend over? Do you want to penetrate me, Arsene? Yeah, I'll keep paying me the 30 grand a week, Arsene." Yeah, it's just a nodding dog, right? And then he looks around, and the two players that probably sort of swayed his decision to come here, yeah, weren't in the team today. One of them wants to leave now, and the other one, as far as I'm concerned, is just doing it in a clever way, but also will leave, right? So he must be looking at today going, "Fucking hell, I've got a Iwobi behind me. I've got Welbeck behind me. Let's have it right." Somebody tweeted me this earlier. I can't remember who it was, right? Or somebody tweeted it earlier. I think his name's Sean, yeah, on Twitter, right? He tweeted, "Iwobi and Welbeck ain't even fucking good enough for West Ham." He goes, "Look at the players they've got at West Ham. Lanzini and Arnautovic are better than them two." And right now,
100%.
yeah, they are. Exactly.
100%.
Right? So how the fuck are them two getting in our starting 11, playing behind a 50-odd million pound striker who has the capabilities of becoming a world-class striker and one of our leading goal scorers ever? Yeah? He must be so demoralised, right? And I don't blame him, because I'm demoralised as a fan. I'm glad I didn't go there today. I'm glad I couldn't get a ticket, yeah? Because if I'd got up at 7 o'clock in the morning to travel down for that shit, mate, I'd probably be more pissed off than I am now. Do you know what I mean? So, and I wouldn't even be on my way back yet. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's like, mate, I've got to laugh, because if I don't, I'll just get fucking angry over it. And I put a poll out earlier. I will shut up in a minute, by the way. I put a poll out earlier, right? And anyone who's in the chat room, just answer yes or no. Would you take losing 10 straight games from now? So today was the first. Would you take another 9 straight losses if it meant Wenger gets sacked after the 10th? Because I would. And I never want Arsenal to lose. But for the good of this football club, something's got to happen. And if that means we have to lose 10 in a row to sack him, I'll take 10 in a row to sack him. So, yeah, I'm just throwing that out there, man. But yeah, same old shit. And, you know, we could just fucking retweet the fucking last show we done. Do you know what I mean? Or the one before that, or the one before that, or the one before that. Yeah, people must be bored of hearing it now, man. Do you know what I mean?
In the chat room, you get a couple of trolls. So you'll get someone that says, "Nah."
Probably Spurs fans.
Yes. Everyone is just saying yes, 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 yes. I actually think a couple of them were not even Arsenal fans. They're just,
mate,
they're just so
that's how bad it is. That's how bad it is, Chris, right? I have all my mates, yeah. Most of my mates are Chelsea, right? And then a lot of people I interact with on Twitter are Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, even Spurs, right? And they all say the same. We feel sorry for you. We just feel so sorry for Arsenal. Yeah, and I don't want people feeling sorry for me in my club. Do you know what I mean? I want us to be going out there going, right, well, we're 3 points off the top today. If we win, we go top. Yeah? Do you know what I mean? That ain't going to happen until he fucks off, mate. Yeah, and I said it on the previous show. There's 3 ways he's going. He's either going out in a coffin, and I hope that don't happen to him, yeah, because I don't want anyone dead before people start saying shit like that, right? He's either got to get sacked or he walks. Yeah, well, I can't see him walking, and I can't see him being sacked. Do you know what I mean?
But that's the thing, though. I mean, with respect to your poll, do you even think 10 losses will do it? I'm not so sure.
The thing about it, right, is that you know how far we've fallen, right? If you were watching like a preview of the match, the Sky's coverage started at half 12. It was only in the last 15 minutes they actually started talking about our match. It was more about Van Dijk being interviewed by Jamie Harraher, then it was Kyle Walker, and then it was about Liverpool and how they're going to stop Man City. Things have got now at Arsenal that we are such an irrelevance.
Yeah.
A game.
It's true.
And you're hearing teams like Spurs, Man United, Man City, and Liverpool being mentioned as one of the top clubs. No more. That's a disgrace. That's an absolute disgrace. And that is a combination of things that we've been complaining about for 10 years. We've been papering the cracks. And let me tell you something now. All this Wenger needing a medal, because he could he got us in the top 4. Do me a favour. The gap between the top 4 and the other clubs over the last 2012 was so massive that we were there anyway. And plus, we had good players. He was just doing his job. What Arsene Wenger didn't have money for was to compete with the big boys in terms of winning the league. But to get us to the top 4, that was just easy money. It doesn't mean he's a great manager.
Have you seen the gap between us and the top 4 now? We're like the best of the rest right now.
That is what happened. But why are you surprised for? The fact of the matter is that he's allowed Ozil and Sanchez to hold the club to ransom.
Yep.
Ozil's our football to, let's be honest, is crap anyway with them in the team anyway, because there's no plan. You have a centre forward who you bought 50,000, yet he's not the fulcrum of how you're going to play. It goes around Ozil and Sanchez. So basically, it's not a football play. It is park football.
Yeah, it is. It's make it up as you go along and hope for the best.
All 3 of us, right, could be right now. I'm from Finsbury Park. We could either be on Andover Estate in Finsbury Park, or we could be at Hackney Marshes, and we could play jumpers for goalposts, because that's our football the last 3 years.
Yeah.
It's jumpers for goalpost football. There is no tactical plan how we play. Like Xhaka, don't know how to use him. We buy players like Lacazette, don't know how to use them. Let's play centre football around Ozil and Sanchez. So when Ozil's in the mood, that's when we look good. And we're only playing is because we're dominating possession and we're scoring more goals in opposition. But there is no tactical plan where we play. And now they're not in the sides. Arsene Wenger hasn't got a plan B without them. There is no preparation for tomorrow at Arsenal. Xhaka as well. I'm sorry about Xhaka. And I know a lot of people praise him, and they should praise him because he's a good footballer. You should know the basics of the football. Kids, especially in countries where you come from, especially in Switzerland, where the coaching, I believe, is better than it is in England. But even the basic coaching, you're told you do on the ball. You're coached what you do off the ball. And that seems to be the situation at Arsenal. Players do not know what to do when they don't have the ball, or when the opposition has the ball. They're scoring goals that I see in PlayStation. PlayStation goals. It wasn't good football.
Yeah, I agree.
Chelsea's goal again. The second goal by Alonso. The first goal was exactly like that. Like that. Yeah. No one. There's, like I said, the striker outnumbers the 3 or 4 defenders, and yet he's there first.
Yeah. That's the truth. It's like it's exactly right. It's like they've got their defensive manual from FIFA, because the type of goals we're conceding are just dumb. I was playing FIFA last night, right? And I was playing it for I was doing like a league. I was doing it for like a good 5-6 hours. I actually think I scored one of them type of goals yesterday, where there was like 3 people on me. I still managed to cross the ball, and somehow the guy headed it. I was like, what are we doing? And that's the thing. And this is the thing about Steve Bold. He clearly has 0 influence on this team, because he can't have influence on this team and then think it's a good idea for 4 people to be defending against one person, and none of them get the ball. I wouldn't mind if they actually got the ball, but neither of them stopped the ball. Yeah.
But the thing is, if you don't get the ball, you wipe him out. take the free kick, take one for the team,
exactly.
get your shape back.
Take the yellow card.
Take your
one for the team.
Mark your man. But then we do zonal marking anyway, so that's irrelevant. Yeah. You know, it's just the whole thing is a shambles, right? And it's you know, I went to the shop at half time, right? And I was listening to the commentary. They were talking at half time, yeah. And they said it's a massive fall from grace what has happened for Arsene Wenger and Arsenal, yeah. And the guy goes, if you look back at the teams that Arsenal have had over the years, he goes, this is by far the worst team he's ever had, yeah. And that includes Ozil and Sanchez in that, he said, yeah. It's by far our worst team. And he goes, but it's a million miles our worst football. Yeah. You know, you might have had bad team. We might have had Denilson and the likes of Shamak and Bentner and Banter era and all that crap. Yeah. We played good football.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that compensated finishing fourth because it was, well, at least we played all right today. Now we play shit. We're sixth in the league. We got Burnley breathing down our neck. Fucking Burnley.
Yeah.
No disrespect to them. They fully deserve to be there. Yeah. But
they got better defenders than we do. Let's be real.
Mate, they got a better manager than us as well.
Gosh.
You know what's happening, right? That's what the situation is that what happens when you outstay your welcome. It's like, you look at the situation on Arsene Wenger, right? He's missed a chance of going out, one, with a majority adulation from the crowd. And if he had quit, I want him to... And that's the thing. The bottom line is that when he finally goes right, the applause and adulation would be very muted.
100%, yep.
That was what I was going to say.
And the reason why it's going to be very muted is people like myself, where you'll be walk out and refuse to be a party to that. Because I'll tell you that, and he's asking for a lap of honour, I'm walking straight out of the ground.
All day long.
Exactly.
I'm not going to abuse him, but I'm going to show him the respect he deserves by turning my back on it, because I'm not having that.
Turning my back, exactly.
Had he left in I wanted him out in 2009 after Ronaldo. But had he left in 2013 and 2014, I would have thought, you know what, I'll clapped him. But when you outstay your welcome, I'm turning me back and walking out. I'm not going to be a part of that.
Let me be real with you. If he had gone last year, even though I still think that was overdue, if he had gone last year, I'd have been like, you know what?
Breaking news. Oxlade-Chamberlain's just scored for Liverpool. They're 1-0 up.
He has.
Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Of course he has.
And you know the thing that kills it? That's going to hurt Arsenal fans as well, because simple reasons that those people who are behind our dear manager are desperate for Oxlade-Chamberlain to fail at Liverpool. They're desperate to be proved that it wasn't Arsene Wenger's fault, regarding his development, that Oxlade-Chamberlain can't play, blah, blah. And they want him to fail. And you know what? We don't know what's going to happen because it's short term. But I can tell you something now. He is better coached than he was at Arsenal. He's got better instructions from Jurgen Klopp than ever at Arsenal. Jurgen Klopp may not win the league, and he may finish 4th or 5th. But I tell you now, you give Jurgen Klopp the resources. Let's see what he could do. He had virtually no money to spend at Borussia Dortmund. Look what he did. Yeah. He won the title twice and got to the European Cup final on limited resources. He's got the same sort of result. He's got a bit more money at Liverpool, but he hasn't got the money that we have. And he certainly hasn't got the money that Man United, Chelsea, and Man City got. And he's on, in Premier League terms, in terms of big clubs, top 4 clubs, he's on limited resources. And yet, he's getting the best. But don't get me wrong, if Liverpool lose, that all the people who are behind Arsene Wenger will go, oh, look at who you Kloppites and blah, blah. I know who you are. And I know you're watching this broadcast. And I know for a fact that you'll be following Twitter. I know who you are. And you know I know you are. And the fact of the matter is that just because Liverpool are doing well, it's not an attack on Arsene Wenger. All it is admiring what could have been. Okay? If Arsene Wenger was doing the things that I wanted him to do, i.e. play development, DNA aside, I wouldn't be on programmes like this complaining.
Exactly.
I would actually accept I'd actually accept the fact that we don't win a title every year if I knew there was some sort of progression. I don't care whether Arsene Wenger spends millions of pounds on players or whether he spends a pound on a player. I couldn't care less because you can't compete on a budget. You can compete against the money sides. Sir Alex, when Chelsea had all their money bags, the Man City had their money bags, saw them off. How did he see them off? Because he built teams. He built a team around Ronaldo and Rooney. And then when Moneybags Chelsea won the title in 05 and 06, he went and won it 3 times in a row. That's seeing them off, isn't it? And then when Man City won it in 2012, he won it the season after. That's seeing competition off. He didn't spend as much money as them, but what he did is that he competed with them on the football field. All Chelsea and Man City have done is bought players for a lot of money, but those players have to play well. You still got to give these players playings.
But here's the thing, Kenny, and this is what drives me mad, right? When people say, oh, that Klopp is a mini Wenger, right? Some ideologies of Wenger. A good example is, or was not very comfortable spending a lot of money on a single player. But the difference between him and Wenger is sometimes you have to recognize the environment you're in. And he said, you know what? We need a damn defender. And it's not about how much the player's worth, it's about how much he's worth to the team. And we need to spend 75 million on a defender for the damn team. Not look, we'll see if a player is... No! Go out and buy the player. All the time? My gosh.
He doesn't even get a day. And I feel sorry for Rob Holding. You know why I feel sorry for the guy? Is that the guy is looking like a £2 million defender.
Yep.
Now. And the reason why he's looking like a £2 million defender, because that is his level. But it doesn't have to be his level. All it needs is for him to get proper research and develop the lads. You're putting this poor guy, in the firing line with no bloody instructions, no communication, and what's happening is the guy is being basically bombarded. He's looking out of place. And you're killing him, Arsene. You're killing him. You did it not the Forest. You killed that guy. Per Mertesacker, who I respect a lot, should have got him hold of him. And now today, the same sort of thing. You're killing the poor guy's development.
And I always refer to this guy because he was the first one that I saw on my channel that called it. Wenger is a player destroyer, and that's from Henry Broby, right? He said it from day one. And you know another player I'm seeing that with? Iwobi. This man has destroyed Iwobi. You know why? Because I said it from a year ago that he's overplaying this kid. That he's playing this kid no matter what form he's in. If he's been in a bad run of form, he plays it. If Ozil's not there, he's his first go-to, his first alternative. So much so that now if Iwobi does anything even mildly positive, he gets zero praise. Zero. But if Iwobi gives the ball away once, oh my Lord, you come and see Twitter over him and shitting on him. And don't get it twisted. You're probably sat there thinking, oh, come on, Chris, you're just being protective over him. You're doing this, you're doing that. He's a kid. And he's a kid that's been ruined by this old man. By this stubborn old man who refuses to go. And this is what pisses me off. Because I'll tell you another one, right? Lee had faith with Iwobi until maybe 2-3 weeks ago. He's retired on Iwobi now. Would you say that's right, Lee?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. It's if you look back at the long list of players that he has fucking destroyed over the years, Arshavin's one of the better ones. Yeah, right. He destroyed that geezer's career completely. Yeah, 100%. He was a fucking good footballer. Yeah. A lot of them I know wanted out. A lot of people didn't rate Alexander Kleb. Yeah. And I thought he was really good. He wanted out, so he fucked his own career. But in terms of players that come to us, Arshavin, yeah. Kolasinac, he's en route to doing that. Lacazette, another one. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could go on and on and on.
What about Ozil?
Yeah, Ozil.
What about Ozil?
Ozil, Mesut Ozil, when he joined from Real Madrid, yeah, I was bouncing around my fucking living room like, oh my God, we've signed Mesut Ozil. Now I'm like,
Ronaldo was going to go on strike because
now
Ozil
I'm
had
like,
left.
get the fuck out of my club. You've been shit for 5 years. Yeah? Do you know what I mean? And I suppose when you look at it, yeah, he probably has killed him. Do you know what I mean? I don't think the player's helped himself, but at the same time, Wenger's had a massive hand to play in that. And listen, he should have left this football club when we beat Hull City. Yeah, and it was only the fact that Kieran Gibbs cleared that header off the fucking line at 2-0, yeah, that we ended up winning that cup. Yeah, that was the only. If that had gone in, it was game over. Curtains.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. And that's another player he's ruined, Kieran Gibbs. You know.
Do you remember that cup run? That cup run, right? In that cup run, we had every game was at home, right?
Yeah, like it always is in
we
the
had
FA
Spurs,
Cup.
we had Spurs, Liverpool, and Everton.
Yeah,
I think in the fourth round we had another team. I don't know if it was Mills. We had a home tie. In Wigan, who got relegated in the Championship, went 1-0 up.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Kim Kallstrom scored the penalty, didn't he?
Mertesacker gets an equaliser in the last 5 minutes, and we win on penalties. Extra time for us to beat bloody.
But then if you fast forward to the next FA Cup he wins, we get that lucky goal from Sanchez against Reading.
Yeah.
Again,
in extra time, by the way.
Yeah, in extra time. Then if you look at last season, right, the only 2 games we won in 10 games were against Sutton and Lincoln.
Yeah.
They were the only 2 wins we had in 10 games, right? And they come at the right time, which then got us through to a semi-final. By the time we played the semi-final, our league form had picked up a bit. Yeah, we were then a bit more confident going into the semi-final. Yeah, you know, the final, fair play, we bossed it, right? But how many teams ever have had 2 back-to-back non-league teams, to get through to a semi-final? I bet that's never happened before.
Us and Tottenham were basically given the semi-finals on a platter.
Yep.
Tottenham, same as Tottenham, they had home ties and they played. If they didn't have home times against the Minnows, they had away times against the Minnows, and then they got Chelsea in the semi-final who were going to be up for it. The same with Arsenal. The fact of the matter is that 2015 FA Cup final was a farce because we had Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Who basically just wanted to get out of there. The minute Theo Walcott scored that first goal,
it was game over.
Game over. It was, but we took it because we want to win because we love football. But if people are going to use that as a barometer of success, stop doing it. Please stop it.
Well, if they're going to use it as a barometer for success, Kenny, then how comes everyone's wiped their mouths with it last weekend when we lost to Nottingham Forest in the 3rd round? Yeah,
everyone was angry.
Say it's the be all and end all, but then the next time go, oh no, that's all right. We don't want to win that anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's so two-faced. It is unreal.
I think that is the thing. Even Arsene in the job are getting, in my opinion, been non-existent for years, and it's getting lower and lower and lower. And you can't defend him indefensible now. You just can't defend him indefensible. But the thing is, right, is we've got another problem. Just said that he won't leave until till May 2019, which means if there is a underground battle for change, it'll be another battle in order to win because he's been allowed to decide his own future because the club,
which is wrong in itself.
Yeah, and the club want him to honour his contract. Now, I don't know much, but in 40 years of watching football, I do know that contracts can be terminated for poor performance.
Of course. Listen, I work in HR, Kenny. Yeah. And you can do it at any time. Anytime.
And the biggest breach of contract is poor performance, right or wrongly. Yeah,
of course. He could be paid.
If he's continuing to do that, then why is there a situation where there isn't someone looking at this and thinking, you know what, we're at the FA Cup, we're struggling for the top 4, we're going to be 8 points from the top 4, we're in the Europa League, all right? Why is that not being monitored?
And if
Why is it not-
and if
what-
anybody says, if anybody comes up with, oh, but we're in the semi-final of the League Cup. What, the same League Cup this fraud ain't won for 21 years? So he couldn't be bothered, and he used to play all the kids in it every week. Yeah,
Hey,
well, to go for the top 4 trophy. Do you know what I mean? Well, now that's the be-all and end-all now, is it?
yeah, but see, again, that's the thing. It's timing. But the fact of the matter is he should be called in. If this had been at Chelsea, Abramovich would have had him in. I mean, Conte's just won the league.
Kenny, if this was Chelsea, right? Yeah, Abramovich took over in 2003, didn't he? Yeah, we went unbeaten 2004. 2005, they got a better points total and won the title, right?
Yeah.
If that was Wenger, he would have been sacked 2005, even after the unbeaten season. The following season, he would have been sacked.
Ancelotti won the double in 2010, 2011 because he lost the quarterfinal of the Champions League against Man United. He was fired.
Gone.
Conte is going to be fired this season. Conte is going to be fired because the reason why he's going to be fired is because he won't win the European Cup. It's highly likely that he might get to the League Cup final and lose against Man City, or we might turn him over. The FA, even if he won the FA Cup, Abramovich is going to sack him.
Yeah,
and he knows
Leicester. Look at Leicester.
Look at Leicester. Yeah, and look at Pellegrini. Pellegrini won the title for Man City in 2004. In 2006, he won the League Cup final on penalty against Liverpool, but he knew he was getting sacked. In 2014 and 2016, he won the League Cup final. He was getting sacked because Man City want better. The only saving grace we've got is that when Arsene finally goes, this must never happen again. We must have performance-related managers. And I'm going to say something controversial, Lee, and you ain't going to agree with this. But I said it to Clive. Under no circumstances do I want anyone with Arsenal connections to be considered for the job. No ex-players.
Oh, no, I fully agree, mate. I fully agree.
No Henry, no Bergkamp, no Overmars. I don't give a monkey. You're not getting a job because this is a 4-year project after he's gone, where basically you're going to have to tear up all the DNA of a football club, start again from the youths way up to the first team. In the third or fourth year, you should be challenging, and then after the fourth year, foundations for the next man. I do not want someone who has been coached by Arsene Wenger, who is going to.
Kenny, who would in an ideal world, who would you have as the next Arsenal manager?
What I want depends on the person. Ancelotti, I'll get Ancelotti, but I'll say to Ancelotti, your remit is to turn things around, change the DNA.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're not expecting you to win the league, but what you want you to do is
change the mentality for the future.
For the future. And in the third or fourth year, we expect you to challenge.
See, I wanted Ancelotti before he went to Bayern Munich. That was my first choice, Everywhere that guy's been, he's been brilliant, right? All week I've seen clowns on Twitter, right, giving it, but, he's not a young man, is he? And, he ain't what's required and blah, blah. He's only won 4 league titles in his career. Who gives a fuck? He's won the Champions League 3 times more than Wenger. He's won in every country he's been in. He's won doubles, and he actually sets a team up that can actually go and win games, and can change a game in a split-second decision with a substitute or a tactical decision, Put it this way, any 3 of us sat on this podcast right now could do a better job than Arsene Wenger. I fully believe that, because we wouldn't make the same mistakes week in, week out, every fucking week, making the same boring substitutions. I looked at our bench today, and I just laughed. I see the starting 11. I thought, fuck me, that's dire. And then I looked at the bench, and I was like, where's the game changer? There ain't one. There ain't one. What, we're relying on Theo Walcott, who don't want to be here? Do you know what I mean? Is that what it's come to? We're relying on Aaron Ramsey, first game back from an injury.
And Aaron Ramsey, by the way, Lee, who by summer is going to be in the same situation as Ozil.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Kenny, right? I'm glad you brought that up because I tweeted this out yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Next summer, not this summer.
You guys are just running through my agenda, right?
Yeah, not this summer, but next summer, right? Do you know how many players we've got? That are
Check.
Check. Welbeck. Walcott, Ramsey, Akpom. I know he ain't a massive first team name and all that, but he's still out of contract, and I feel sorry for that kid. Well, there's another couple as well. There's two, I think there was 8 in total that are out of contract. The following year, 2020, Giroud's contract's up. Yeah, but he'll be 33 by then. I think we'll sell him in the summer. I think he'll go. Right. So when you add that to what's coming up this season with Ozil, Sanchez, Jack, Santi's going to retire. I don't know why we ain't paid his contract off. He's never going to kick a ball again. Give him a testimonial and let him go. Yeah, and then Per Mertesacker retiring. It's a whole squad. It is a whole squad. He is going to walk out of this football club. Right? He is going to walk out of this football club, and the club is going to be a fucking shambles. Yeah, it's already a shambles. But the next manager is then going to... I've seen people saying this week, right, a massive account on Twitter with 150k, yeah, going, oh, yeah, but, you know, Man City, they've spent so much money. How can you compare them to the Invincibles because they were really cheap? Sorry, different fucking era. Different era, right? If you got Henry now, Thierry Henry, even back then when we paid 10 mil for him, would be £50 million. Yeah? Worst way is £35 million. Yeah? Robert Pires, Gilberto. These players came in cheap. They ain't cheap now if you move fast forward 20 years, right? And, you know, to cover the cost of all of them players we've just listed is going to cost £400 million just to get an average squad. Yeah? We're talking £500 million, right? Then all you'll get is, oh, well, look, the next manager that's coming and throw money at it. Look how great a job Arsene done. Bollocks. Yeah? Bollocks, right?
Exactly.
He has left this club when he finally fucking gets his bags and fucks off, right? He has left this club 10 years behind everybody else. Yeah, and I fully believe that.
100%. And that's the thing. That's what we've been trying to say. It doesn't matter whether we've got angry about it, if we use swear words. The argument is there. It's there for everyone to see. Yeah. The club is behind. And the thing is, the new manager is not going to get a magic wand. He has to spend years trying to develop this.
Yeah. And then all you'll get is people going, oh, well, it weren't easy. Look how good a job Wenger done. Well, sorry.
He didn't do a good job.
Exactly.
He's been poor.
Kelly, we've had this conversation before off camera, right? Yeah. He is the luckiest manager in world football, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. He inherited a great team that were underperforming, and he took them to the next level with a few additions. So fair play to him, yeah? Right? He brought in Henry and made him a world-class footballer, yeah? But them days were 20 years ago, right?
Exactly, that's the thing.
Gilberto was already a World Cup winner. Nobody else was in for him, and we got him for £5 million, right? A World Cup winner for £5 million. Yeah, you get a World Cup winner now, it's 55 to 100 mil. Right, sorry, but it is.
Campbell.
Yeah? Sol Campbell. He didn't even know whether he was going to get him or not, and didn't know whether he wanted him. Petr Cech.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, Petr Cech. He ummed and ahed and was like, "Oh, well, I've got Ospina." Really?
Here's the thing. 20 years ago, fastest man in the world. I'm pretty sure he ain't still running.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And that's the thing about these people who back Arsene Wenger. He'll have one good win against Man City, and then you've got some going on Twitter about how Arsene Wenger's beating Mourinho and all these things. One-off games, for God's sake.
Kenny, you know when we play Chelsea in a couple of weeks, yeah, like a week Wednesday. You know when we play them, we'll probably end up beating them, right? And that'll paper over the fact that Sanchez is gone. Yeah, because I reckon he'll be gone by then. That'll paper over all the other fucking indeficiencies of this football club as, oh, well, we're going to Wembley. And you see, if anyone's watching this, right, that has mugged off the League Cup this season, it's the Mickey Mouse Club. Don't go to Wembley. Yeah, because you're all hypocrites. I couldn't get a ticket for Chelsea away the other week, as you know, Kenny, yeah? Right?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
I was at the Doncaster game when
Spurs outside of Grad. I was there, Spurs outside of Greg, and Afsel said he rang you.
Yeah, he did. Do you know what, though, right? I was at Doncaster when the stadium was empty. Yeah? I was at the Norwich game, when the stadium was empty. Yeah? West Ham, I couldn't go. I was working that night, yeah? Right? Yeah. But two of them poor teams, not Premier League teams, lesser teams that we should have been walking through, with depleted squads which we had them nights, I was there. But what's my reward? Oh, sorry. A competition that I want us to win, yeah, and a competition that I value because I've seen us win it before, right? I couldn't get a ticket for that game because all these fucking idiots that have slagged it off all went, oh, Chelsea away, we'll have some of that. Well, where the fuck were you against Norwich? Where the fuck were you against Doncaster? We go to Wembley, all them faces will pop out the woodwork and want to go on a day out after mugging the competition off all year, yeah? Then if we actually fluke a win, right, and actually win it, yeah, they'll all be going, well, Arsene Wenger's a god again. Really?
Exactly.
You've mugged it off all season saying it's a shit Mickey Mouse Cup, and that'll be your saviour again. It's just a vicious circle, mate.
Yeah, but you know this thing's got me, right? I'm going to bag him as well. I'm going to bag him, right? There's one guy, right? Get on really well, but I'm going to save his blushes. He, like I said, he's from Pitch Talk, right? You know who he is, Lee.
Yeah.
He gives it a big and a bat Wenger, blah blah. And then when we lost, he did a selfie video of himself singing with his mate Arsene Wenger. He does it again because he won the FA Cup again. Now this is an FA Cup. Let's get this right. In 2006 up until 2014, everyone knows Arsene Wenger discarded his
washed his hands with it. Yeah,
because he wanted to get in the Champions League. Well intentioned, get it. It really made me angry, pissed me right off because I love going to Wembley, but I got it. All right, I got it. Then, all of a sudden, he realises he's gone 9 years without a trophy. The FA Cup becomes attractive again. Then it becomes attractive again in 2015 and becomes attractive again in 2017. And now the League Cup's attractive because he's reinventing himself now as a cup manager. So all the stuff that he was talking, that he was promoting, I want to win the Champions League, which is his holy grail. The reason why he won't go is because he hasn't won the Champions League. He wants to win it again. He's now trying to tell us now that he's reinvented as a cup manager, and that's another reason for his contract. Yeah.
Well, you've only got to look at the AGM, Kenny, when he come out and said he put fourth place above the cups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden the cups now. But yeah, someone needs to tell Arsene, well, hang on here. Games in the league. You've now won the league for 14 years. You're playing at a Champions League, a competition that we've never had any chance of winning since you've been there, except for 1 year. And now he's trying to say that he's trying to say that he's now a cup manager. I don't get it. That's what astounds me.
The thing is that when he comes out with stuff. Yeah, I mean, I only listen to his press conferences for team news, so then I do my own thing on my channel, yeah? Right? That's the only reason I listen to his press conferences, right? Yeah? But when he opens his mouth, you've got all the little puppies, all the little lap dogs that are getting tea and biscuits at the fucking London Colney, yeah? Right? All sat in front of him, all these journalists that lap it up, yeah? Right? The only journalist I actually listen to and I actually rate is Henry Winter. I think the rest of them are full of shit, right? They've all got their own little agenda, all right? Why don't any of them just come out and just say to him, yeah, but Arsene, it was only 4 years ago, and then quote him, yeah? On this day, on this year, of this month, blah, 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 you said this about the competition you are now in, yeah? That you're now in the final or the semi-final. You said that was 4th or 5th on the priority because top 4 was better, okay? So now why, suddenly, is the League Cup the Holy Grail? Why is that, Arsene? And actually stick it on him. Why don't they do that? I'll tell you why they won't do that. Because it means they'll get banned from the fucking club. Yeah, similar to what Fergie used to do, and they lose all of their privileges, mate.
Look who's banned and who's out the loop now. Neil Ashton.
Yep. Yeah.
Now, I don't like the site. It's a disgusting paper. But Neil Ashton's out of the loop. After Blackburn was looking at him. Remember that conference after he lost against Blackburn in 2013 when we had Bayern Munich?
Yep.
Why are you looking at me?
Why do you look at me? Yeah. Because it's your press conference.
And like Neil Ashton, it's your press conference. Since then, he's out the loop. And now, whenever you go on American TV, Neil Ashton bags him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. No, you're right. You're spot on. And that's the thing. Like, they won't do it because they lose all of their perks, mate. Yeah. Right. And I fully believe. I mean, John Cross is the biggest fucking Wenger lover in the planet. Yeah.
They get. You know what, Lee? They get free food. I was on Twitter with Janine Self. Basically, she used to write for the Sun, and now she washes out of it. And she told me, she said, Kenny, she called me my name. It's brilliant at Arsenal. We get a full buffet. We get a full buffet. We get people bringing the stuff over. We don't even have to pay for it, mate.
Kenny, there's
there's
a very good friend of ours, Kenny, that's been in the executive box this season, who told me a story about a cheese platter coming round at half time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They love it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I just think that, I think a great story would be, that when they do his next press conference, they just come out, all of them, back to back, all the journos just gather together and go, right, you ask him that question because he mugged off this competition then and now he's saying it's this and that, right? Yeah. Then you ask him this and just go through the line. Fuck the next game. Just stick it on him, right? And just watch him melt, right? That would make great journalism. Yeah, but they won't do it. They won't do it, right? And the way I see a journalist is they are the link between us and the manager. That's how I see it. That's what they should be, in my opinion, yeah? But they're not. They are just the gopher, just the bitch, basically, that just goes, oh, yeah, okay, well, I'll write this just because, I'll keep Arsenal happy. Yeah, and it's wrong, man. Oh, there. Yeah, what happened there?
I have no idea. Anyway, I kind of lost control there. You guys are on a back and forth chat. Essentially, in terms of Alexis, that's the one thing we haven't touched on. What was you guys' feelings over his admission in the starting lineup? Kenny Can?
Why select him? He fact of marriage. Why select him? The fact of marriage, he's got a mood to organise. It's a mess. And let's be honest, right? Arsenal should shake Jose Mourinho's hand and basically offer him free food for the rest of his life and offer him a free season ticket. Because what he's done is that he's forced Man City's hand. Man City want to get the player on a cheap. And by him going in, making an offer, he's basically put the price up. And he said, right, I'm going to offer you this, this and that. And then your agent can have that. So it's over to Man City. It's over the player as well. Do you want to go Man City? How much does City want you? You know what I mean? And if Man City want the player that badly, they're going to play with their asking price. And that's the thing. If a player like Sanchez wants to leave Arsenal, then he has to accept that he's going to be part of an auction.
Who would you have replace him? Because I think, to me, it seems like with this board, it's almost like they're trying to see if they can get another player in before they commit to selling Sanchez or not. Like, who would you replace him with if that's the case?
Well, the thing is, you can't replace a player like Sanchez. Alexis Sanchez is a street footballer. Him, Tevez, and Suarez, you can't coach how they play. I mean, we grew up. Yeah. I'm from Islington, and you're probably from Islington as well. Lee, you're from the southeast as well. We played football in the streets, right? And there was always someone who busted his skill. 1 minute he was a centre forward, then he was the tackling, then he was in goal. He could play anywhere in a football field. He's a total footballer, street footballer. You can't replace players like Sanchez. Tevez, you can't replace. Suarez, you can't replace. The street footballers, forget replacing them. Change the way you play. Get someone in and identify and play. Or, shock horror, don't get a player for Sanchez. Get a bloody decent midfielder and get another link player in an Ozil side player and then build a side around Lacazette. That's what you should be doing, because Alexis Sanchez is irreplaceable for the simple reason is not just because he's a fantastic footballer, it's because I don't know many players. You can't coach the way he plays football. You just can't do it.
Do you like Morris, Kenny?
I love Morris. I was watching the Chelsea.
Man City have equalised, by the way. So
oh God! Yeah. Don't teams try against Man City. Talk about someone like Morris. Morris is a ready-made replacement, albeit a different player to Sanchez, but he's got Premiership experience and he's got a Premiership medal. And he's strong on the ball. He's creative. He's got a goal threat. He's got goal threat. He's got 2 good feet. I don't see any reason why we don't look in that direction. And if Leicester ask for the 2 million, it's bloody right they're going to ask for the 2 million. He's their best player.
Exactly.
How many who sells their best cow for pennies? I don't know anyone who does that. If there's someone who's going to sell their best cow for pennies, I'd love to meet them because I'm a bloody hungry guy and I love my beef.
Arsene Wenger does, Kenny.
I was going to say,
he sold our best goalkeepers to Juve for 10 mil.
Yeah, but he lets players run down their contracts to the extent that you're basically giving them away because Arsene Wenger's trying to sell them a vision. And when these players go up to him, like Sanchez and Ozil will say, I want you to match my ambition. Arsene Wenger's deluded enough to actually try and convince them of it and actually believes there is their ambition. He's that deluded.
To be honest, I think our whole strategy when it comes to contracts is horrendous because I get the impression we don't even think about arranging to discuss a contract with a player until they hit 18 months. Well, I've said it before on this channel, Man United don't fuck around. When it comes to about 16, so you're about 25, 24 months out from your contract, they start negotiations. They give it 6 months, you're off. And you know why? Because they know they're going to get a decent fee when they eventually do so.
But see, Chris, I just say something? Chris, can I say something? Can't blame Arsenal for the Ozil Sanchez things. I could bet my bottom dollar that they've been in conversations with these guys for 2 years to 18 months, and they've used the same battered line. That's my ambition. Blatantly, they have done that. We were having this conversation a year ago about Ozil and Sanchez. It's 2017. Are you trying to say that negotiations, this first was muted in around September 2016 about their contracts? We're now in 2018.
Well, I remember that there was no contact on an Ozil contract from February last year. I remember he hadn't had any discussions about a contract, and that was in February last year, yeah? Right? You know, there comes a point, I get what Chris is saying, right? Because there comes a point where if you're going to try and negotiate with 24 months left, how long do you go before you go, enough's enough, we've got to make money back on this player? Yeah, Tottenham's a prime example of that as well, right? How many contract renewals has Harry Kane had? And it's true. They were releasing new player contracts every fucking other day, a year back, weren't they? Yeah, like
he's the best striker in Europe. He's the best striker in
Europe. So they're going to go, right, fuck it, we'll strap him up again, yeah? Right, exactly. and there comes a point, and I agree, right? If a player comes down to 18 months left on his contract and he's umming and ahhing, right, okay, well, we'll take that decision out of your hands then. You're off. We're selling you. Yeah, then you get rid of the player. Yeah, you don't let the player decide.
For the club, if they did that.
Yeah. Listen, if Arsene Wenger had sold Sanchez in the summer, yeah, and sold Ozil in the summer and come out and said, well, they refused to sign a new deal, then fair play. Yeah, we could all sit here and go, yeah, that was a great decision. Yeah, because it was a case of get some money in and we can go and replace. Instead, we're going to write off £100 million worth of players, yeah, and then we're going to have to go and spend over £100 million to replace them. Do you know what I mean? It's just stupid business, man. And these people, we're supposed to be the best run club in world football. Really?
And without Champions League football, the money we're losing in TV money and sponsorship by not being in Champions League for the second year running.
Yep.
And that's the thing. Again, so basically, we've not only is Arsene Wenger a liability on a football field, he's a liability financially because his teams under his stewardship in Champions League football, which the club of Arsenal size have basically put their mortgage on. The only way we're going to be self-funding and to be able to compete with our rivals is if we're in the Champions League, but we're not offering Champions League football. So Kroenke needs to ask himself, is this man now a financial liability? I don't know nothing about football. That's his job. But I'm not making the money I was making. I'm losing money now. How far do I keep him? Because it's 2 years. Kroenke needs to ask him a question as well. He told me that I couldn't sell Ozil Sanchez because I can get top 4. We're not in the top 4 now. He's cost me money. What do I do about him? What is my relationship going to be with like this guy? You know what I mean?
Well, you'd like to think that a multi-billionaire has made a multi-billion-pound income, off of the back of being ruthless, wouldn't you? Because they're not stupid people. Let's be real. A multi-billionaire is not a stupid person.
But he's been misled, though. But
I was going to say, they're not footballing people. They're not footballing people.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
It's not a footballing person, but at the same time, you don't make billions of pounds by being a stupid person, right? And like Kenny says, he's maybe been misled by, well, if I keep Ozil Sanchez instead of making 100 mil or 80 mil, whatever it may have been, I'll get us top 4, which will recoup the money when they walk on a free. We're miles from that. So maybe Stan's been misled. Yeah, because let's be real, Arsene Wenger is the face of Arsenal Football Club and he runs everything at that club. Stan's probably gone, yeah, I'll go with that. If you think that, Arsene, I'll go with that. Yeah. So that's on his head at the end of the season, 100%. Mate.
Yeah. But another question I need to ask you as well is like, look at the situation there. Stan don't know nothing about football, but he looks at his football ground. And when we met me on a protest to get the better for the ground, he's looking at a full football ground. People singing Arsene Wenger songs. He's also seeing people like Oliver Holt writing eulogies about Arsene Wenger. He's seeing people who leave the club like Arsene Wenger's my daddy and all that and blah blah. I owe my career Arsene Wenger. So what's he going to think? What's he going to think? He's going to think what bloody a genius working under.
The nature of human beings, if you already think something, you're going to look for signs to support that.
Yeah,
exactly. And then you got prats like Jamie saying, "Oh, Arsene Wenger's produced a miracle to keep on getting outside in the top 4." Oh, do me a favour, Jamie. We only had Spurs to compete with. For God's sake. Who else challenges for the top 4? For God's sake.
It's true. It's so true. When you actually dissect Arsene Wenger's so-called achievements, it's just like, come on, man. People are clutching at straws.
Which other club? And then what happened then? And then what happened is that when Spurs took Liverpool's play, came away. So we got lucky then. And they're trying to say that he deserves a medal for getting us on the top floor. What an insult. Isn't it a lie? It's a lie. 2008, Kevin Keegan had a blue with Mike Ashley because he was saying that there's a gap between the top 4 and the other clubs. After Chelsea beat Newcastle 1-0 and Joey Cole got the winner, I think. It was either Mikel Ballack got the winner. And who was in that top 4? I tell you, Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Arsenal. Repeat, that was 2008. There's a big gap between the top 4. 2009, Aston Villa challenged us and they fell away. 2010, we were far away. We actually challenged for the bloody title.
Yeah, one of our rare instances.
Came 4th. But by the time they got to the top 4 when they beat Man City, we were already in the distance. A year afterwards, we got the top 4 comfortably. 2011, 2012, it was only us and Spurs.
Yep.
Yeah, good players, and that's got us in the top 4.
Well, we all remember the 1-1 at Newcastle, didn't we? The phantom goal. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? We've been so
and he wants credit
lucky.
For that.
Yeah, we have been so lucky.
Come on,
yeah. Over the years, right? He inherited a great team or a great set of players. He added a few great players to it, which he made better. Yeah. But ultimately, like you said earlier, he didn't give a fuck about the FA Cup for 8 years. Yeah, it was all about top 4. Then all of a sudden it's, oh, fuck. Yeah, he knows what he's doing, man. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's playing this game. Yeah, he's changing the goalposts to suit him and suit him his own pocket. Yeah, because he's got nothing else in his life. His wife lives fucking 10 doors up, don't want nothing to do with him. Yeah, do you know what I mean? He can't even get a divorce properly. Yeah, the man's a fraud, mate. I've said it for years and years and years now. Yeah, and the only way this football club moves forward is by him leaving and going backwards first.
And that's Lee. He's been blagging it from day one. From day one, that man has been blagging it. He's been blagging it blatantly. When we were
I
doing
just
well
want to
in the league, in Europe, we're getting found out under his management with a great team.
Yep.
quickly thank the 688 people currently
Boom.
watching us live.
Wow.
Woo.
Thank you very much. As you can tell, 3 very, very, very upset Arsenal fans. Do crush that like button and hit subscribe while you are with us as well. And Kenny Cans and Lee's details are in the description below if you want to know what their Twitters are and what their YouTube channel is. Gunnerbang for Lee. In terms of going forward, ideally tonight, what would you like to see happen? Including
Wenger gets sacked. Wenger gets sacked.
And then
That's
what we do in the transfer market as a result. Lee, go for it.
In terms of transfer, well, do you first.
No, go on, Kenny. Go on, mate.
No.
Anyway.
All I'm trying to say right now is that we still got a lot of football matches to play. The fact of the matter is, there's a lot of fans who've bought a lot of tickets. There's a lot of fans who, as hurt as they are, they still want us to win football matches. Whether we like it or not, this is our fate. We're going to have to go for the League Cup. We're going to have to go for the Europa League. That is our best avenue of getting in the top 4 in the Champions League. We know that now. But the only thing that we're going to have to do in Europe is be able to defend better. Because what will happen is that if we defend like we do in the Europa League, we'll get killed and we'll have nothing left.
Agreed.
But that's all we've got to do now. Is just the next game. Logically, it's the next game. I don't see Arsene Wenger buying big in January. He never does. He'll buy someone unknown, and by the time he buys that player, it's going to take months for them to even make an impact.
Yeah,
we are going to sell big.
Yeah,
where we like, we're selling big. Sanchez is going. Arsene Wenger's remit is to get Ramsey fit, get Wilshere fit, get Ozil fit. I accepted that he's going to leave at the end of the season and start building a side around Lacazette. That's right. That's the only thing we can offer, because that's all we've got left now is the remaining league games. We're not, and that's the thing. Top 4 is not going to happen through the league. It can't happen. We're just not good enough, and there's too many good teams around us, playing well, scoring goals, defending better. It's the reality now. I'm afraid those stones that all of us are trying to paper over, all those cracks, too wide, mate. It's like you can't stitch up, mate. You can't stitch up an open wound. Like, can't keep on stitching it up, mate.
And Lee?
Well, for me, in an ideal world, it's not going to happen. So, but I'd sack him. I'd sack him now. Yeah, if anyone at that club, they're never going to be watching this show. Well, you never know, they might do. But no disrespect to your show, Chris. Sorry, mate. But they might do. But if anyone at the club's got any bollocks, they'll call a meeting for tonight, not tomorrow, tonight, and just part waves, mate, and get rid and make sure the call to Ancelotti's already gone in, and get him in. And in terms of if he doesn't get sacked, which he ain't, we all know he ain't getting sacked, and that's why he continues to take the piss and get away with murder every week, because there's no accountability, because everyone's too happy taking their money out of the club. But in terms of Sanchez and Ozil, I think Sanchez is gone by the end of next week. By this time next week, I think he'll be a City player. Mesut Ozil, I don't think will go in this window, but I think that the injury he's apparently got, I think it's bollocks. I think he's out negotiating a deal with someone else. I personally wouldn't be shocked if he does a deal to go Man United in the summer. For me, I've said it a million times before, I'd go and buy Mahrez. Yeah, because he's class. He's proven he's the best player in the league when he's on form. He got Player of the Year. Yeah, and don't
get me wrong, I'd still buy Malcolm as well. Yeah, because people see so high on him. But go and get a proven player.
The way I look at it, Chris, right? This Malcolm, no fucking knew who he was last week. Yeah, nobody knew who he was last week. Now he's the fucking saviour in the next Alexis Sanchez. Yeah, he's now the new Alexis Sanchez. Sorry, you can't replace Alexis Sanchez. The only way you're improving on Alexis Sanchez is going and buying a Ronaldo, a Messi, a fucking Bale, a Suarez, somebody of that ilk. Yeah, well, we ain't in that market, right? For me, we've missed a trick on Van Dijk, like you said right at the beginning. Yeah, he improves the club. Yeah, so that's worth £75 million to me. Yeah, Mahrez. But listen, we can sit here and reel off player after player after player we'd all like to join the club. Like we've said before and earlier on this show, he's a player killer, mate. He'd play Mahrez at right fucking wing back. Do you know what I mean?
He would. He so would as well.
Do you know
Left wing back, I think.
Yeah.
Left wing back.
Oh, yeah, he can't drop the fucking Spanish Justin Hoyt, can he? Do you know what I mean? Fucking. Yeah, but it doesn't matter who we buy. Listen, for me, I hope we don't buy anyone because anyone we buy now is a waste of money. Yeah, so, get rid of him, give the next manager the purse and say, right, you're in charge of stabilising us. Yeah, because listen, let's be real, right? Burnley lost yesterday. They're our competition right now to stay in the top five. Yeah.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. But let's be real,
Europa League football, Arsenal, Europa League, get it?
Kenny, listen, mate, we could be in danger of missing out on Europa League if Burnley carry on, mate. The only way we can get that is if we win the League Cup.
There's going to be some Arsenal fans, right, that when we got into the Europa League in May, we're going on fan cams, various fan cams, discrediting the competition. Saying, oh, Thursday night football, we're a Champions League club. No, you bloody ain't.
But you know what? This comes back to what I said earlier, Kenny, right? They're the same people that slag off the League Cup but will want a ticket for the final. Yeah? Yeah? Do you know what I mean? I went to Cologne at home. Yeah? I went to fucking Barté away. We all know what happened there, right? With my round the world tour, right? Yeah, I'm fucking...
I couldn't get hold of you for 2 days, mate.
Oh, mate, we all know who to blame for that one.
He won't take the blame.
Of course he won't, bless him. Yeah, but listen, I've said on every single podcast, every single video I've done on Europa League, I want to win it. If we're in it, I want to win it, right? We ain't in a position where we can pick and choose what competitions we decide are a priority. Last week up at Nottingham Forest, I stood there, right, and I was standing there, right, and they went fucking 2 when he volleyed that second goal in. I was just standing there, and it ain't even anger anymore, man. I just start laughing. Yeah, I'm just like, I just start laughing, and people go, why are you laughing? Yeah, it's not funny. No, it's not funny, but to me, this is going to sound so wrong. I'm not going to get it out the way it's intended to come out, right? But to me, it is funny. Yeah, because I've seen the shit days. I've seen the good days. I've then seen the Arsene Wenger days. Yeah. And now I've seen the fucking banter era, and now I'm seeing a bigger banter era, right? So, like, I've gone on a roller coaster supporting Arsenal for 30-odd years, yeah? Right? And to me, I just look at it and I know every single week when we go away from home, especially away from home, right? I said it after Stoke. I'll say it again. Yeah. We are going to get bantered all season away from home. Now, when we went to Nottingham Forest last week, right, I gave up my whole Sunday for that game. Yeah. I left my house at 11:30. I got home at 9:50 and I came straight on your show, Chris. Yeah. Right. So I gave up my whole Sunday, right? And I was stood there. And he volleyed in that second goal. Even when we got it back to 3-2, yeah, I just knew they were going to score. Yeah, and I stood next to 2 people. And I just looked at them. I went, they're going to get a fourth, innit? Yeah. And then when the fourth went in, I just sat down. I stood up. I'm singing. I'm giving it everything. Yeah. And when the fourth went in, I just sat down. I just started laughing with my head in my hands. I was just like, that's Arsenal. Yeah. Whereas when I grew up and I was in secondary school, we were dominating, man. Now I come out of secondary school and we went on to be invincible and all that, yeah? And like, anyone tried giving Arsenal fans banter back then, it was like, yeah, come back when you won a title. Now we're getting bantered off by Nottingham Forest fans, yeah? We're getting bantered off by Bournemouth fans, yeah? And it's like, you just got to laugh, man. You just got to laugh. It's a massive fall from grace, mate.
I miss looking forward to it. I miss it. I miss being able to say, we have half a chance at whooping their asses. And we don't, and we can't do that now. Literally, Bournemouth wasn't a guarantee today. I'm struggling to do previews today.
I predicted 4-0, by the way. Last time I do that.
How many years are we going to win today? I don't know. I don't
years have we
know.
been saying this though, Chris? How many times have we been saying Arsenal scare no one?
Yeah.
They scare no one.
They
It's
don't.
bad, man.
I mean,
The fear factor's gone.
if people, exactly, it's a pathetic. It's a joke, man. It's an absolute joke. It's not even a funny one no more. It's not even.
Do you know what it is, Kenny? Right, us as fans that are avid Wenger outs, right, and we have been for a long time, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Us as fans are doing exactly what it looks like the players are doing. It's just going through the motions. Yeah. I stopped going to games for a long, long time. Yeah. For 6 years, I didn't go to a game. Right.
Yeah.
And I thought, we brought Lacazette, and I thought, me being deluded. Yeah. I thought, right, we've got the top banger up front now. I'm going to start going this season. Yeah. So like, I've been to like 25 games this season. Yeah. Home and away, everywhere. Yeah. Right. And I now go to games. Like every away game I go there expecting us to lose. Yeah. Fact. Right. Yeah. I've seen us get bantered off at Liverpool. I've seen us lose 1-0 to Stoke. I've seen us win at Everton. Yeah. You know, when the chants going around, how shit must you be, we're winning away. Yeah. Right. Do you know what I mean? But that's how it's got with the fans now. Yeah. It's like we just take the piss out of ourselves now because we know that this ain't going to end until he leaves. Right. So it's a case of, for away games for me, I go up with my mates and I just and try and enjoy the banter on the way up, yeah? But what happens is, right, I'll give you an example, yeah? We went up to Liverpool, me and a couple of mates of mine, right? We're driving all the way up to Liverpool. That's not a fucking quick drive from Milton Keynes, yeah? That's 3.5 hours, yeah? All the way up there, we're looking for a way we can beat Liverpool, right? So we're having debates in the car and like, we're like, yeah, but Lacazette's here now, Kolasinac's here now, right? You then land in Liverpool, right? You then get to Liverpool. You're driving. You're about 2-3 miles from the ground, right? And then you get the team news. Yeah, Lacazette on the bench.
They're not playing.
Yeah. So all that confidence you've got, yeah, it's just gone, right? But then roles reversed. Yeah, I went and see us play against Man United at the Emirates, right? Mesut Ozil's injured. He's not going to be playing. Yeah. Was it Ozil or was it Lacazette? Yeah, I think was it Ozil or Lacazette? I can't remember.
It was Lacazette who weren't playing.
Yes, it was. It was Lacazette. Yeah, it was Lacazette. Right. I got to the ground an hour and 10 minutes before kickoff. Right, and I've gone and had a cup of tea. Right, and we're all the way to the ground. We're going right. Well, okay. Well, should we go with Welbeck or should we go with Giroud? And we're having a debate. Yeah, right. And then we're like, well, it don't really matter, you know, fucking Giroud, if he starts, ain't that great. Welbeck, yes, he can be good. He's scored against United, blah, blah, blah. Then I come out the calf, right? The team news has been announced and Lacazette is starting, yeah? I swear to God, all around that armoury and everything, mate, the buzz was unbelievable. Yeah, because Arsenal's got one over Jose and all that bollocks, yeah? And it was like, you know, he's duped him, right? But the buzz was amazing, yeah? So then you go and take your seat, yeah, and within 10 minutes, you're 2-0 down. And that is Arsenal Football Club, man. That is Arsenal Football Club. So now I just go thinking, right, well, if we play well and win, happy days. I ain't got a ticket yet. I'll get one. I ain't got one yet, but I'll get one. Do you know what? This is how dedicated I am.
Do you think we're gonna last? How long do you think we're gonna last at Wembley?
Well, to be honest, we do all right at Wembley, so we'll probably turn them over and everyone will be buzzing again. Yeah, but this is the cock up.
That,
no.
Do you really believe this?
No, I don't. Right, check this out, though, lads. Right, a mate of mine sorted me out a ticket. Right, I was texting him the other day and I said, right, I need Swansea away. Right, I said I ain't got a ticket for that yet. So he goes, yeah. 10 minutes later, he texts me back. Right, I've sorted it. Yeah. I then checked the fixtures and it's a fucking Tuesday night at 7:45. Yeah, I'm getting back 4 in the morning. Yeah, fucking, oh mate, but I'll still go. I'll still fucking cheer but
that's the thing. We will go. We will still support. We'll still.
And there'll be but Chris, there'll be people saying in the chat and like on social media, stop going, boycott, right? Yeah, that's great. But like, listen, I stopped for 6 years, yeah, and then I thought, right, we've got Lacazette, I'm going to go, right? And I've been to as many as I can go so far this season. And I'm going to continue going, right? But if I don't go, Kenny could take the ticket. If Kenny don't go, you could take the ticket.
Exactly. Boycotting doesn't work. Boycotting never works.
There's 40,000 season ticket holders at the Emirates, right? You cannot ask 40,000 and expect them all to go, all right, I ain't going. Because what will happen is they will then sell their ticket on to another 40,000. Yeah. And if they don't renew their season ticket, there's 100-odd thousand on the waiting list. So now you're asking 100-odd thousand plus the 40,000 not to go. It's impossible. Yeah. Mate, when we went to Liverpool, sorry, Kenny, when we went to Liverpool, right? I swear to God, yeah, this is a true story, right? We have just been absolutely fucking raped, sorry. Yeah, we've been raped. 4-0. And it could have been 10-0, yeah? I swear to God, there was a guy in the crowd after the game, the fans are filtering out. He's standing there with an Arsenal fan, allegedly, right? Half and half scarf, yeah?
Oh, no.
With a tripod, yeah, and a proper digital zoom camera with the thing. You press a button and the fucking scope goes out. Yeah.
Oh no, please, no.
Yeah?
Tell me he did do that.
And he goes to me. He goes, "Do you mind getting out the way so I can take a picture?" I'm thinking, right, we've just lost 4-0, man. I'm fucking suicidal. Yeah. My man's standing there with his half and half scarf, asking us to move out the way so he can take a picture of the pitch. Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Yeah, and that is the reason why a boycott will never work. Yeah, because if I don't go, people like that go, yeah, and there's hundreds of thousands of them waiting to take tickets every week, mate. Yeah, the only way he goes is if the players revolt and get him out. Yeah, or he quits or he gets sacked. And none of them three are going to happen because they're all comfortable. So it's just, we've just got to hope he decides to fuck off one day.
You took the words right out of an athlete. The fact, and that's the thing. Boy, you cannot affect change from your settee and from your computer. You can only affect change if you're there.
Yeah,
you've paid the money. It's your right. As long as you let your frustrations be known in a civilized manner.
Yeah, that's not breaking the law or anything like that.
You're not breaking the law. You can still do it, and you can still affect change. You cannot, and that's when you need to have numbers of dissatisfied people there. All right.
Well, do you know what, right, Kenny? You're spot on there. When we played, I think it was Swansea. Yeah, I think we were 1-0 down at half time. This is at the Fortress, the Emirates, Arsenal's fucking palace. Yeah, right. The boos that came out at half time, I'm sure it was Swansea. Yeah, I think it was Tammy Abraham scored. I'm not sure. I might be wrong. Yeah. Well,
that's what I remember. Yes.
Yeah, they were 1-0 up at half time. The boos that rang around that stadium at half time, mate. Yeah, right. And the away fans, everyone knows, it's common knowledge that most of them that go are Wenger out. Yeah. Right, and the home fan. Oh, Man City just hit the bar. Yeah, but the home fans is where Arsenal's always felt safe. Yeah. Now the boos that rang out in that game, yeah, we went on to win the game, but that's happened 2 or 3 times this season. Yeah, at the Emirates, right, and that is where fans that have been on the fence, that have flip flopped, yeah, are going. Do you know what? Yeah, enough is enough now. Yeah, but then we'll get to the League Cup final if we beat Chelsea. And all is forgotten again. Yeah, and that is where it comes downhill, right? Because me, you, Kenny, no matter what, win, lose or draw, we want him out. Yeah?
Yes.
And there's thousands upon thousands that want him out, win, lose or draw. But then there's more people than the thousands upon thousands that want him out when we lose 2 or 3 in a row or draw and lose and draw. Yeah? But then as soon as we get a big win against a Chelsea, a United, a Man City, or get to a final, go, oh, what a wonderful job he's doing. And they flip back over to the other side. And that is where the problem is. Until they get it into their head that we're fucked, yeah, that ain't ever going to change. And that is why he's stayed here for maybe 8 years too long.
Do you know what I noticed?
Sorry.
The new trend is more, oh, well, you know, I want Wenger to go, but I want him to go with respect.
Oh, fuck.
That's the one. That's the one. They're the ones who killed us. They're the ones who killed the protest, Chris. They're the ones who did that. I want it to go with respect. I'm not joining them. What are you doing, you muggy banners?
Yeah, muggy banner.
They're the ones who are dangerous ones. They're the ones who cause the problems in the first place, because they're the ones who are feeling guilty about wanting to change.
Yeah,
and they're putting their guilt on people like us three who don't care and will put the club first. And that's the thing. Yeah. Why do you have to feel guilty about an underperforming player who is just not up to it anymore.
Listen,
is the guilt about it?
Kenny, where's the respect when he's benching our £50 million striker? Where's the respect when he's subbing our striker off after 75 minutes, yeah? Where's the respect when he comes out and says the best Bundesliga left-back last season can't play in the back four, yeah? What about when he's going, oh, well, you know, we'll maybe see how it goes with my contract. Where was the respect there? No, I don't know. I haven't made a decision yet, yeah? There was no fucking respect for us. He fucking played the game and he took the piss for nearly fucking 6 months, yeah? Which he then come out and said affected our league form. Where was the respect for us? And people expect that back. Fuck him, man. Bloke's a cunt.
And then where's the respect when, and as much as I've defended him, you have a player in Iwobi who, like before,
exactly.
And instead of doing what any other manager would do, drop his punk ass and teach him a lesson.
If that was Sir Alex Ferguson, and that was Iwobi doing that for Fergie, he would have been fined 3 weeks' wages and put back in the under 23s.
One time.
Yeah, and if he had a fucking issue with it, he would have been shipped out in January.
And people like Steve Bruce, Brian Robson, Roy Keane, Giggs, and Neville would have got in amongst them as well. So you'd have triple punishment.
Exactly, mate. You don't want Roy Keane on your case. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Steve Bruce.
Yeah,
or,
fuck
you
that.
know, like Rob
Pallister and all them. You don't want that. But that's the problem, Kenny. This club's too comfortable. It's too nice. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, it doesn't matter.
Chelsea got a nice striker, Morata, haven't they? So that's why Chelsea can't beat us, because they got Morata up front, a nice boy.
Mate, I said that when we went to the bridge, for the league game, right? I said after the game on camera, right? I said, if they've still got the receipt, go and fucking get a refund. Yeah, and everyone was going, you said that a bit too soon. The next game, I think he got a hat-trick against Stoke. Right? Yeah, but listen, every time he's played us, he's been pony, isn't he? Yeah, and hold up. Oh, wow, mate, Edison's just made a world-class save there, man. Salah should have scored. But yeah, listen, I hope we win the League Cup, but I don't think we're going to.
I love this chat,
right.
but I'm missing so much of the match because I've got Arsenal matters come before that. I'm jealous of you guys because you got one eye on the football and I've got my back to it.
Kenny, turn the screen around the other way, mate. Yeah, so you're sitting behind. Nice. I've got my TV right in front of me. Hey, I'm chilling, man.
I'm in the conservatory. You got a car. I've got a conservatory, mate.
I'm chilling with my feet up on my buffet. Yeah, leaning back, can of beer on the side, TV in front of me. Life's good, man.
I'm watching for a reflection.
All right. I'll let you get on with the match, but everybody, honestly, it got to like 750 at one point.
Wow, that's mad. Fair play, man. Thank you.
Hit the subscribe button, crush the like button, leave Gunner a follow. Let the people know what they can find on your channel.
Firstly, thanks for letting me on again, Chris. Appreciate it. Just a shame we're not toasting a win.
As per usual, not toasting a win.
Same old Arsenal. But yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, LeeGunner82, Instagram, LeeGunner82. And my YouTube channel, Gunnerbang, and it does bang.
It really does bang.
Gunnerbang is banging. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. Appreciate it.
Quickly let the people know where they can find you on Twitter.
Kenny Ken 1972. By me, they can find me in the nearest hospital because I'm just about to put my boot through the TV screen. You know what I mean? Because I'm either going to watch Match of Day 2 and watch that again, or I'm going to watch someone be nice about Arsene Wenger and one of the fan cams and say it's not his fault, and I'm still going to bang him.
Go and put Ty's video on.
Apparently, before we go, Claude and TV, and he is called for not Arsene Wenger. No, he was processed a lot.
Oh, Claude's on one. Claude ain't playing, man.
So I'm going to have to. say one thing. I don't want to be around. I'm glad I'm not around him, mate. You know what I mean? Because I don't. He's going to be fuming.
Do you know what? It's funny. When I went to Forest, I was stood next to him. Right, he was supposed to be standing next to Ty. Yeah, and I said, "Oh no, don't worry about Ty. Come and stand next to me." Yeah, so he's standing next to me for the whole game. Yeah, after the game finished, Ty walked over and was like, "Oh, there you are." Like, like shocked. Like, oh, I thought I didn't know where you'd gone. Bless him. I love Ty, man. He's quality, but he's a little bit deluded.
Very tight. Ty is not an Arsene Wenger man. Ty's an Arsenal man. So if you support Arsenal, then he's your mate. He's your friend. If you're implied by Arsenal, then he backs you 1,000%. He's not a Wenger out or Wenger in. He's just an Arsenal.
But do you know what, Kenny? Right, people like Ty, they back Wenger to the hill, So I can't knock him because he ain't sitting on the fence flip-flopping every week, He sticks to his guns the same as I stick to my guns, Win, lose or draw, I want Wenger gone.
Mm-hmm. And he doesn't insult
win, lose or draw, he wants Wenger to stay, so I can't knock that, do you know what I mean?
And he won't insult you because you think that way either.
No, he's
not
sound. Firmino's just scored a fucking great goal. He just chipped it round the finish. What a finish.
Right, I'm off that. I'll speak to you guys later.
See you later, Kenny.
The TV's been on all day, so the power's just gone off the TV, so I've got to put it back on.
Kenny, go. Firmino's goal. Yeah.
Right. Hey, have you heard the new song from that guy from Cork, Liverpool? We got Salah.
Oh yes,
money. And we got Firmino. And we got Salah. And he gets a bag of rice. And he goes.
Can I just say that we got Oxlade-Chamberlain with the assist as well?
Oh God.
Oh, mate, it's
I'm gonna let everybody watch.
Go and have a look at that Firmino goal. It's brilliant, mate.
I'll speak to you guys later.
Nice one, Kenny.
Right.
See you later, man.
Love you, leave. And thank you for having me on. You cheer me up, even though I'm depressed.
No problem.
Nice one, man.
End the live thing first. End the live thing first.
All right, people. With a car crash. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. We're out of here. Okay.
Oh, they just